Well, I had to start a new live because I didn't know if I was still live because YouTube was telling me two different things. In my chat, it was saying you're successfully reconnected. And at the top, it says, please wait while we're trying to reconnect you. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here talking to the air. I want to make a video, Christmas Hangout, if anybody wants to show up. And it's a bummer about my internet because, well, I'm making a poodle and I wanted to do a tutorial. So anywho's, I'll start from the beginning. To start with, you'll need some crafting wire, which you can use. This is floral wire. You can get in a gardening area or you can get in the craft area, like at Walmart, I think is where I got this. And that's pretty flexible. You probably want it actually a little bit sturdier than that. But what I did is I doubled this up to get the basically the stiffness that I wanted. It's pretty stiff. Now, if you absolutely don't have anything and you just really want to make one and not want to wait till you can get to the store where you can find some, there's different things that you can use. Like, for example, this is pipe cleaner. You get this for $1 at Dollar General store. But I would just recommend twisting it like 2 or 3 times, like two or three pipe cleaners together, okay? And that's pretty stiff. That's a pretty good stiffness that you want. And so pipe cleaners are the only thing about using pipe cleaners is if you use pipe cleaners, the measurements for your felt is going to need to be longer because it takes a little bit more of the felt to go all the way around. So I watched a tutorial. That's how I learned how to do this. However, the measurements didn't work out for me, and the felt looks bigger in the video. I'm not faulting the tutorial. It was a really good tutorial, easy to follow, very good lighting. You could see everything she was doing like perfectly. And but I just don't, for whatever reason, the measurements just didn't work for me. So I just try to give you an idea of how to make the measurements work for you. So basically you're going to have three pieces of wire, and they're going to be 2 that are 5.5 inches and 1 that is 5 3/4, and you're going to end up trimming that. Okay, but maybe you're picky. Me, because I used to show poodles, I'm really picky where the tail meets, the top of the tail meets where it lands at the bottom of the neck of the head. And so I mean, other people are different. Some people like the tail shorter, some people like it longer. I'm very picky at where I visually want to see the tail land. At any rate, so the measurements didn't work for me. At any rate, I think it turned out okay. It doesn't have as much shape as I would have liked, but I thought it was really cute, So at any rate, so basically you use straight wire, and that's when you use your felt. But if you're using something fuzzy like this, again, just make sure that hello, Polyster, I missed you. Where have you been? It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I'm making a poodle, and so I'm wanting to do a hangout, but I'm also doing a crafting chat, if you will. So tell me, Polyster, how have you been, and what have you been up to, and how was school and all that good stuff? So yeah, I've still been doing giveaways. In fact, I've got New Year's Eve bingo coming up, if you're interested, and I'm doing Robux, and of course, if you're eligible, you can PayPal. But yeah, I've been given directly in the game. And okay, well, you just give me 5 numbers from 1 to 75, and you don't have to be present to win, but there's benefits to be present. I don't do it live, but what I do is I do it like a premiere video, so the chat is live, so it's kind of like being live. But because there's so many people from around the world, like 50 different countries, viewers, and that just I want to try to be all inclusive. And so, like, for cash now, I do PayPal. So at any rate, yeah. So people that do attend the bingo, what I do at the very end of the bingo, I do two games of bingo. Hang on just a second. Let me approve that comment. I don't know why it's spamming it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me write that down right quick. So I do 2 games of bingo, and I'll do like whoever wins the 5 numbers, they win. So I'll do a gift card, and then I do Robux, and then I'll do like extra entries, a whole bunch of extra entries for the giveaway, which is New Year's Day. And at the very end of bingo, let me grab a pen. At the very end of bingo, I will do the mystery question trivia. So in my gaming videos, you know how I would do mystery questions, and they're really easy to remember. So you can get up to 5 extra entries for each question that you can answer correctly within 10 seconds. And the first, you have to answer correctly the first time. But the questions are easy. So go to my channel page and hit the home tab and scroll down, and you'll see my playlist. And I've got tons, you know how I do my clue words in my videos, so I'm still doing all that. And I have my own Roblox game now, thanks to the Roblox Zach. And so it's a really cute. He did such a really good job. You should check the game out if you haven't been in my game. This is Hangout, and so I distribute the Robux right there in the game. So let me write this down. Hollister, 75, 39, 25. 31 and 69. Okay. Yay! Got you down. So 7 o'clock on New Year's Eve, Oklahoma time, is when I do the bingo, bingo, bingo. Yeah. So, and anywho's, yeah. So, and then New Year's Day, I've got different types of gifts that I'm giving away. And, if you don't like, if you let's say example, if you win a crochet make or some kind of item and you don't want it, then instead of that you can have 25 extra entries for the next giveaway, which I'm doing giveaways regularly. And so you can put your, instead, if you don't want the gift, whatever gift you win you don't want, you can put 25 extra entries towards the next cash giveaway. So anywho's, it's up to you. So, but I just really enjoy playing bingo, and so I get about 20 people are playing bingo, and I'm putting a cap on the amount of people that I'm going to manage in one bingo game, which is 35, but I don't think I have to worry about that, making that. But yeah, so it's fun, and you can, if you can make it, then we have live chat, and it's fun. But if you can't, just make sure that you watch the video within 74 hours after it, releases, and see if you win. And yeah. So anywho's, did you have a Merry Christmas and all that? And what did you do? And I didn't go anywhere this year. Nowhere. It was so cold. Normally, I don't know, it's kind of weird this year. Normally, it's really nice out, and I like to go out and look at the lights. We have some really nice places in Oklahoma for Christmas lights, and but my back is kind of messed up this year with the driving. I can't do it. I'm waiting to see the surgeon, and so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Anywho, so there's that. And now I'm going to take and put some white felt around here. Just kind of try to make it even. And then take a little piece here. So take a little piece in the back to just kind of make it even there and there. And that's probably not going to be long enough. So I think I'm going to go this way with it instead, because I want to be right just a little bit above that right there. Anywho's, Merry Christmas again, Missy, and to everyone. Yeah. Sorry about my doggies. So yeah, what would you get? What all did you get for Christmas? And what all did you do? Did you, have a nice dinner? I had chicken dishes this year, and I usually do turkey, but I just was in the chicken mood this year. So that's what I did. And it was we had some snow, and it was just so cold, single digits and icy, and so I didn't go anywhere. Um, yeah, didn't go anywhere. Stayed home, but it's hard right now for me to travel anyway, even if I wanted to, because of my dog. She has I mean, I don't know, it's kind of hard to take my dog with me to go visiting people. Um, but she has congestive heart failure, and so she's taking medicine around the clock pretty much. And she's coming on limited time here, so yep. My dogs, dogs are like family members, and you have to be committed to them to the very end. And they're old, and so is what it is. Yeah. Okay. So now, basically, this is going to be the head, and I will have to trim this piece right here. So you have to decide where and how you want the head, which basically is going to be about right there. That's going to be about the neck. And then this is going to be the nose. So you put this down together like so. Well, it's supposed to squish together, kind of sort of like that. And then there's your nose. You see what I did there? And I'll have to trim that right there, decide how long the nose is going to be. Okay, sort of size it up right here. Okay, so I'm going to cut it with my scissors. Yeah, so I'm kind of bumming because I had to start my live stream over again. And that's kind of annoying because I was wanting to do a tutorial, and I don't know how much was seen. Now that's a bit too long. Yeah, that's too long. That's way too long. Like Pinocchio nose. That's a little better. Still a little long, so I'm going to trim that back. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue right there, so that will lay nice and even there. All right. Just sort of tuck that down, and that's going to become the head. Well, that's okay, because it's going to be, I'm going to have a bunch of, I'm going to take this yarn here, I'm going to attempt to, stuff stuck together, and I'm going to wrap this completely in this, and I don't know if that's going to work, so I'm not going to glue this yet until I see that it's going to be able to cover up all the color of the underbody, if you will. So yeah, what I'm going to do is get a little rubber band and hold that nozzle down. And normally you don't have to do that with wire when you're just using wire, but the felt is a little bit trickier. It doesn't glue, to the felt as good as just the straight up wire is, but it's still a doable situation. So I'm going to do is just have to, what do you call it, improvise. think that's the appropriate word. So just to hold that down. Okay. Now I'm going to start at the bottom. So you see what I've done here. And just kind of size it up. Size it up. Make sure that's how you want it. Trim anything before you start putting the fur on. And so basically I'm just going to, I'm going to wrap it and not glue. Hello, Duckwing, how are you? So Duckwing, just so I verify with you while you're here, are you wanting to keep the same bingo numbers? Are you wanting to participate in the New Year's Eve bingo? So just let me know if you do. I'm making a poodle. I'm going to have to wrap it a lot thicker. But one thing that I've forgotten to do that I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm doing tutorial and chatting at the same time. So at the very bottom, you need to add some right in here to make sure that it's covered. So I should have a little, and then also on this, you're going to take and put some, just like a triangle shape of the felt, which, what did I do with my, here. So I'll take this right here, and now this I definitely want to have the white felt. So right there like that. And kind of want it to be like a triangle shape. Anywho's, so Mr. D, Merry Christmas to you, and how are you? Yeah, I saw you doing your games last night. I think it was live. I don't know. I was commenting like it was live. But oh my goodness, you guys, I went to the Mariah Carey concert on Livetopia. That was my first ever celebrity live concert that they had on Roblox. That was the coolest thing. You guys are probably laughing at me, but I was just so tickled. So I invited everybody. I invited all my friends on there because I didn't know if anybody was aware of it, if they wanted to miss out or whatever. But so, you know, she had her live concert, and it was so cool. We flew through the air on her. She was on her sleigh, and we went through the Northern Lights, and she sang my favorite traditional Christian Christmas song, which is "Joy to the World," and then she sang a couple of her most popular hits, and there was this ice skating thing. I don't know if you saw the video or not. It was so cool. Oh my gosh, I was so tickled. I just thought that was really cool. Yeah. So anyways, that's what I've been up to. So there's her, gonna be her nose. Anyways, okay. So then I need to take and put some just real thin strips for the bottom. So yeah, Mr. D, how did you guys have a good dinner, and did you have a fun Christmas? And I saw you were over there giving away Robux. Yeah. So that's cool. And you know, I still got everybody's birthday in my calendar, but people haven't been staying in touch with me. So, you know, you got to stay in touch with me and meet up with me in the game and whatnot. Anywho's, so how has school been? You making the good grades? You could be a doctor someday or whatnot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why everybody thinks being a doctor is like the best career to do in the world. I don't know. There's so many things to do in the world. I know. Definitely business and game development. I know some people on here has got some skills in that already at a young age. Right? I didn't grow up in that era, so I don't have those coding and scripting skills and all that stuff. Okay, so I put some in there down at the bottom. So now Now I can take and do my fur. It's good. Well, it's good. Yeah. Did y'all have a nice family dinner? I just stayed home. Had chicken. Do a pretty nice chicken dish. I had Italian. Yeah. And for Christmas, I had an Indian dish. Not like Native American Indian, but like from India kind of Indian dish. I really liked that. It was good. I forget what it was called though, but man, it was so good. I was celebrating diversity, so I had a little bit of traditional dishes, and then I had some, different types of dishes, entrees, if you will. Anywho's, man, that is really fluffy, guys. Look at that. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm certainly trying to give it a try. It's just I have to wrap it quite a bit, and that's okay. And then of course I'll trim it. It looks kind of weird right now, but when you trim it, you fluff it out and then you trim it, just like you would groom a poodle. You trim it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start gluing it. I think it's going to be okay. Yeah. So yeah, so Mr. Deeb, are you wanting to be in my bingo? Because I've got your numbers. So New Year's Eve bingo, are you wanting to be? Because I can't remember right off the top of my head if you're confirmed or not. So please let me know. All right, if you are interested. I don't want anybody to miss out. Yeah. But just make sure if you do win, get with me so I can get you your prizes. Didn't you win something, Mr. Dave? I thought you won something. Don't I owe you some Robux? I can't remember. I don't have my notebook in front of me. But yeah, it seems like I'm hitting and missing with you. Like, I don't know. I always come into your live streams when you're like almost done, and I can't get in there in time to give you some Robux, but I try. I do try. Anywho's, you guys been in my game lately? Did really good on the Christmas decorations, I think. Same numbers. Okay. All right. Got it. Gotcha. Got you down. Just make sure you check within 24 hours that I do, you know, to make sure if you did win. Whoop. Got a little bit of, I'm making a poodle for Christmas. I'm making poodles for Christmas. Yeah. Anyway, so I watched this movie called Dog, and then I watched a couple of cute movies. Anywho's, I haven't even seen like the most recent Batman movie, like your traditional movies, superhero movies. I used to always watch all of those when they came out, and I am not up to date on the Batman and the Star Wars and all of that. I used to never miss those. But I have of recent years. But I watched this one movie. It was called it's a Christmas movie. I think it was British. Uh Your Christmas or Mine or something like that. It was kind of cute. Yeah. And then have you seen the movie The Black Adam? I thought that might be too violent for my liking, but I've thought about it. Anyways, I just think that concert that I went to last night, I thought that was pretty cool. I went to this church service on Roblox. Man, tell you what, Roblox is a trip. It's a whole nother world, guys. Hollister, what do you think of my new avatar? I finally got the pink hair that I wanted. Finally. But my avatar didn't convert properly, so it's like got this weird trunk to it. And I don't know what the deal is. They just didn't convert it. So tell me this. When is the voice chat supposed to be released to everybody? Because I don't know, I got in on that too late, and I tried to enroll. It says the enrollment's been closed or something like that. So I thought they was going to roll it out for everybody eventually, but I don't know. I'm kind of beginning to wonder now. It's just like that whole oof sound was supposed to be back, but it's not back yet. Yeah, you got voice chat, but probably because you enrolled. Because I wasn't interested, and I didn't know that they was gonna, end it or whatever. I didn't know it was like a partial launch or whatever. Because I'm not really interested in the voice chat, except for maybe like in private servers. Because, anywho's, but I kind of bumming now that I've missed out on it. But yeah, so I tried to get enrolled or whatever you call it, and they said that enrollment is closed. I was like, what? Like a tarnation. So I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be opening it back up. Anyways. So, he who. So lucky you got it. You lucky, 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 lucky. Yeah, they got this flying. They had this package. I forget who it was released through, where you can fly in any game you want, but it was a limited edition. And so I was like, rats. I would have liked to have that. Anyways. But like in the hide and seek game, they can never get you if you can fly, and they can't. Ha ha. That's where I saw it. This guy was flying. It's like, man, how is he doing that? Ow, 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 ow. I thought it was cool. People get annoying, especially during videos. Yeah, that's why I wasn't really interested in it, just because there's just so many trolls, you know. But in private servers, though, think about it. When you have Hangout games, and you can just go, into a private server and then have chat. I mean, that's really cool. Virtual Hangout is like the in thing, you know. Like we have live stream here, a panel where you can do a panel and have a group of people hang out, but I just think virtual hangout on Roblox is really cool too. That looks really thick. I don't know. So, but basically I just floof it out is what I was thinking about doing. And then trimming it. Floof it as much as possible. And then trim it. See? With some sharp scissors that I currently do not have, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some different scissors. Ratzola. Anywho's. So, yeah. Now I'm going to do the body. Just go ahead and put glue all the way around. And make sure that I get this glue off of my fingers so that this yarn is not sticking to my fingers. There we go. Now, kind of push the tail down so I can make sure I can get right there. And kind of not too tight, but kind of snug to make sure I'm going to cover up all the felt coloring. And I'm going to have to get my other scissors though. When I get to the point where I start grooming the fringe, so it isn't just wild looking. That's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty when I get done with it. Yep. So, anywho's, well, I hope everybody's had a Merry Christmas. And a wonderful, I like to celebrate the birth of Christ. So I always like to play music. One thing that I really, really miss doing since the pandemic started, and I was planning on doing it this year, but the weather was so cold it wasn't practical. But you know, nursing homes, they don't get the visits that they used to, you know, because of these new strains and everything going on. But what I used to do at Christmas time, and other holidays, but especially at Christmas time, is to go to basically Christmas caroling. I have a couple of friends that have beautiful voices that I'm honored to even be allowed to sing next to. And we would always go to the nursing home. And I have an amplifier and a microphone. I have some instruments too, but we just sing. We just sing together. And take that rubber band off of there. So anyways, we would always go to the nursing home at Christmas time. And, you know, it doesn't mean just because with the pandemic and everything, people, you can still make a way to go to the nursing home. Like, even if you just go stand outside, you know, or near the foyer, or even outside their windows, something, you know, so that they get a visit. But I really miss that. I miss going to the nursing homes. And I would take my poodles as well for, it's called pet therapy, you know, and take them to visit the elderly, a couple different nursing homes. And I really miss that. I really, really miss that. And it's sad that, you know, they can't do that with them. And, you know, people don't really think about, but the animals can catch stuff too. And so I have to protect them as well. So, anywho, all right. Going through yet another glue stick. I'm going to pull these short little nubby ones out. I do save them though. I'm not going to be wasteful and throw them away. If I get down to nothing, I'll at least have that. Okay. All right, here we go. Right here on the head. And da 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 da. Dang it. Ouch. Da 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 da. And so when I get up onto the top, what I do is I go down and glue just a tiny bit there, hold it down, and then go back up. Doing the top of the head is just a wee little bit tricky with this type of yarn. because you do want a little bit of a floof on top of the head. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. My nose is itching. It drives me crazy. Ugh. You know, your nose tickles because of an allergy. Ugh. I'm like, I got glue on my hands. Can't scratch my nose. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Try to get that to set down right there on the top. There we go. We're getting there. And it looks kind of crazy right now, but that's just because I have to groom it. So, with some really sharp scissors that I currently do not have handy, all right, now so I got yarn for Christmas. Actually, I got a $50 gift card. That's what I got. And so it was on Amazon. And so I really don't buy stuff on Amazon, but I was out of yarn. I didn't really have any money to buy anymore. I have a bunch of fun fur yarn, but I didn't have enough of the acrylic yarn. So I'm trying to make winter accessories to get sold and make money. Oh. Oh. All right. Boop, 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 boop. And get right up in here. Up in there. Ouch. Who's here? Hello, I'm making a poodle. And it's going to look kind of crazy right now until I can get it groomed. Right there. There we go. All right. Now, go back down here, down at the bottom. All right. I'll go ahead and trim that. Now, I've got one more. Go up here. Do this right up in here. And just glue all down the legs here. Make sure Start up here at the top. And then go back down. We'll wrap around up there. Make sure I cover up all the felt color. Try to cover up as much as possible. And then make it even. Whoop. And then go back up. Just adding a little bit more. I think I'll go back up top here. I think that's going to do it. No, this side's a little thin over here. I'll go back down one more time. All right. And that's going to be it for that. And if it's a little uneven, you can always add more later. So now it looks kind of crazy, but that's just because it needs to be groomed. That's all. So we'll trim all of that. And then where this white is right here, I'm going to add just a very thin layer there. That's the nose. And the very tip of the nose is where I'm going to put what I do. If I don't have the beads, I just take some yarn and I just make a little tiny ball out of it and just use that for the nose. Improvise, if you will. Okay. So we want the nose to be thin though, because generally on standard poodles, the nose are shaved down. Okay. All right. So now, unplug this glue gun for a minute because I'm going to have to break out my scissors. I have some sharp scissors that I groom with. And so, get all this glue, excess glue off of my fingers. And what I'll do is I will fluff out this fur, and then I'm going to trim it all down. Actually, that's loose. That's not supposed to be loose. I'm going to take that, put that around there. So, yeah. And so now comes the grooming. So you'll just kind of fluff all this out. And you're going to take your scissors and groom it all down, which I will be right back with you. Let me grab my scissors right quickly. I can find them. Here's some. There's that. What are you talking about over there? Little sassafras. And I cannot find my pink scissors. That's all right. That's all good. Sorry about the noise, guys.
These little scissors here. I'm gonna use those. What did I do with my scissors? Ah, here they are. Okay.
My apologies. All right, now all my scissors over here and trim all this down. And right in here, make that top of that tail thick. Starting to come along. It's coming along. Fun fur is probably not the ideal, but when I am limited on what I have, do with what you got. It's called improvise. The best fur to use is you can use chenille yarn. That fuzzy baby blanket yarn is really good yarn to use because it's just fuzzy, perfectly fuzzy, you know. Let's see. But I like the pink. I wanted the pink poodle. I didn't have the white, so now hello. Hello, Merry Christmas. I'm just making this little poodle here using this fun fur this time instead of that soft, kind of like chenille yarn. It was fuzzy. So it's a little bit, maybe, I wouldn't say challenging, but, you know, I didn't have that Bernat fuzzy yarn, so I used the pink instead. And I just have to trim it down, grooming it down. trying to get its shape here, visible shape. It's coming along. Now, I'm going to add a little bit on the top of the head there. What I'm doing is I'm doing one of these, but I didn't have any. I have this yarn in the brown, but I wanted a pink poodle, and I don't have any of the white fuzzy yarn. So I thought, well, let me try and see what I can do with some fun fur. And so, you know, it's, I don't know. I think it's a workable situation. I just have to groom a little bit more is all. Actually, I need to plug this back in. So, yeah, earlier, I was trying to do a tutorial video also, and earlier my internet went out, and so I had to restart my stream. So, unfortunately, this tutorial is going to be in 2 parts because I'm not sure exactly where it started and where it stopped. So, anyways, but I want a little bit of a boof on this head here. Uh, so I'm just trying to improvise with what I have, you know. And I want to put a little bit more on that tail there. And so, yeah, I kind of limited on yarn. So what I was saying earlier is Merry Christmas. The best yarn to do this with would be that really, I don't know what they call it. It's not Chanel, but it's like a fuzzy baby yarn. Bernat, I think, sells it. And that is really the best to use for this because it's just perfectly fuzzy, and then you groom it down and it just works perfectly. The this fun fur, this eyelash fun fur, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit more challenging, but I think it's going to work. So I'm working on the top of the tail because, you know, the top of the tail has a little bit more boof to it on the standard poodle anyways. But I saw some even newer poodle patterns for crochet and tutorials that I'm going to give those a try. Okay, that's probably up a little too high. All right, that's good. So how was your Christmas, and did you travel or did you stay at home? I haven't been anywhere. So This wild looking hair. It's like a bird nest. It's coming along though. No worries. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. And for the eyes, what I'll do is I will just take some thread and just make little tiny balls. It's coming along, but I still have to do the ears yet, so don't freak out. Now the ears, that might be a little bit more challenging because, what's the matter, baby? Well, that's going to be fun. So for the ears, you just take a little bit of felt and you just kind of make kind of like a teardrop. And that'll be what you're going to glue on the inside, like right here. And then you're going to put the outer ears will be glued to this. So for the ears, you just take maybe about an inch. And you're just going to make folds like this. And this is really tricky doing this with fun fur yarn. And you just kind of fold like that. And as thick as however you want it to be. And so that's going to hang on the side, but you're going to glue it onto that felt, and then you'll trim it down like everything else. Okay. So then I'm going to wrap. What I'll do is I'll wrap at the top. I'll make a knot. And just kind of like a slip knot. That's a little tricky. So I'll take a little piece like that, go at the very top, and I'm going to make a knot so that I put it all together. Oh, it's so tricky. Tricky, tricky. No, it is not working. So I have to redo that. Because, hello, everyone else came over here since my mom don't drive. Yeah, so how's the weather there? It's been really cold here, but that's been bad today. It was like 40 today. I've been using my third heater and I've turned it off today because it wasn't really needed. It's just when it gets down below 20, that's when, woof, woof, woof. Literally woof, woof. It was single digits is what it was. And everything froze up. I might tie this with some regular yarn because this is really being tricky right now. So basically, so once you get your ear, which you can't even see where the ear is, but you're going to cut all the loops. Okay, that's going to be the ear. And see this little piece of felt right here? Okay, so I'm going to glue this felt to this side here. And it kind of helps hold the yarn together. Just kind of put that on the side there. All right, whee! Now, I'm going to take that, put that on the side, right about there. And of course, everything is subject to being trimmed up, if you will. So I'll just put some right there on that felt there. And stick it on the side, size it up. Hold that down. Of course, that felt is showing, so I really don't like that, but that's okay. Nothing but some glue. And then kind of trim all this up right here. Whoop, wrong scissors. Okay, so there's your ears. But that's pretty long, so I'm going to trim that up. So there's your ears. And then I'm going to take and put a little bow, of course. Well, maybe I will. So I'm going to glue that right there. See? Ta-da! And do a little bit more trimming by the face because I don't want the nose. So we're going to have to put the eyes right in here so we can't have all this excess hair. Right there where the eyes are going to go. That's one ear. One down, one to go. So, sure want to use that one. Use this over here. Okay. So just take this little okay, now again, just make this little teardrop shape, and that is going to be on the other side. So make the other ear to the poodle. I'm working on a poodle. I still have a lot of grooming to do to it because I'm using Fun Fur eyelash yarn because I don't have any fuzzy yarn. A little bit more challenging to work with, but it's a doable situation. Okay, so that should be good enough. Now, there's that. I'm going to take and wrap a knot around the top of that. Nope, that didn't work. It's hard to tie a knot with fun fur eyelash yarn, just so you know. So if it feels challenging, it's okay. You know, it's all right. For good measure, I'm going to add some glue right there. Now, I'm going to take and glue this. This is going to felt that is going to be glued to this side. But first, before I do that, I need to cut all these loops at the bottom. Just kind of hold it up to the light, make sure you don't have any loops in there, because you want it, eventually it's going to lay flat. Okay. So now I'm going to glue actually in layers. So I'm going to glue this felt to the side. Okay. Make it even with that one over there. I don't want it too close to the head. All right. Now, I'm going to make sure that red felt is not going to show. Whoopsie. Then you're going to add some more glue. And then you're going to trim the top of that. Not good. All right. So now you're going to even this up. And in addition to that, evening it up, you're going to take and layer it. So you're going to lift up the top layer of that. Okay, top layer of that. Lay that down. And just put a little tiny bit of glue right up there at the top so that that will lay down on top of that. Now, right here where this felt is showing, you want to cover that up. Just kind of press that down. All right. And then you're going to take this bow. Of course, Poodle should have a bow. All right. And then we're going to glue that to the side evenly with that side over there. Oh, we got a little nub going on here. Hate it when they get down to the nub. All right. And then press that down there. So that's nice and even. Ta-da! Okay. And then, of course, some more grooming. Tidy everything up. That looks pretty even. That might be a little long right there. Now it is time to add the eyes and the nose. And so for that, I'm going to take just some black yarn. Pardon me while I go get some black yarn. Okay, that's brown. Oh, there's green. Where's my black? It's supposed to be right here. All right, so I'm going to take some little tiny bit of black yarn, and then I'm going to, just a tiny little bit. Really and truly just tiny little bit, like not even half an inch. Okay, then you're going to carefully take a little tiny bit, barely any glue, just barely touch it. Cool it down so you don't burn your fingers. Then you're going to ball it. Just make a little tiny ball like that. That's if you don't have beads. If you prefer to use beads, use beads. But that will make a bead. Okay. Now, we're going to place the eyes right on the outside of the nose, each side, right starting there. Okay. Just a teeny weeny little bit. Doo, doo. Just a teeny little weeny bit. Just very carefully place it. And take you a crafting needle. Set it down. Just kind of gently dab it. There's one eye. Okay. And take that exact same amount. So that your eyes are evenly sized. All right. Again, just barely touch it with a little bitty bit of glue. Barely tap it. Pull it down so that you don't burn your fingers. And what you don't want is visible glue, because the glue will turn white on black thread. So you don't want, if there is any like white on it because of the glue, just turn it to where it's just black. And if there's any issues, you can just take a little fine tipped black marker and just tap it with the black marker to perfect it, if you will. Actually, I'm going to trim that before I put that on there. All right. Now, okay. And again, take your little needle there and just kind of tap it down just a wee little bit. Ta-da! Now, for the nose, same thing. To do the exact same thing. And it is okay if the nose is just a teeny tiny bit bigger, but not too much. You want a big bulky nose. All right. I'm going to take that, put that right here, or I'm going to dab that right smack in the middle. Can't see if I got any on there or not. All right. Ta-da! Now, for the collar and the other accessories, now you just kind of want to trim everything up. All these wild hairs. Kind of turn it to the side. You just kind of think if you've ever trimmed split ends on your hair, it's kind of the same thing. All right. Now, I'm going to take some of this really pretty glitter and we're going to create a collar. Let's see, measure around. Okay. Just a nice thin collar. Give her some bling bling collar. I'm going to hold it down. This is tape. And so I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue just for good measure. If I can peel it, gosh, doesn't want to peel. All right, now I'm going to move the ears out of the way because this is going on the neck. I'm going to put just a dab of glue right there in the front. Okay. And, all right. Make sure the ears are all out of the way. Then bring it around the end there. Oh, come on. There we go. Ta-da! I don't know if you could see that or not. And so I kind of want a leash for her. So I'm just going to glue that on the back. That's optional. So this is going to be like the loop. days. So that's like the loop right there, and I'll just cut that. And then probably trim it. So I'm going to take this and trim that off because that is not necessary right there. Then I'm going to take and glue it to the back of the collar. Careful not to catch those ears in that. Ta-da! And there you go. And I'll do some more grooming on that. I got to take a break. My back's hurting. And there it is. A pink poodle. This one is slightly bigger than this one. Just slightly. In height and thickness. But that's okay. What do you think? Dun, 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 dun. Merry Christmas. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. That's it. I'm going to end this stream. And I've got everybody's numbers. And check back New Year's Eve bingo. Yeah. Have a blessed day. Bye. Merry Christmas.